Hinikay naman ni Chief Presidential Legal Counsel Salvador Panelo si Pangulong Duterte. Pirmahan na ang controversial na anti-terrorism bill. Ayon po kay Secretary Panelo, irerekomenda niya sa Pangulo ang pagpirma sa panukalang batas matapos naman ang kanyang maingat at mabusising pagrepaso dito. Ito po ay kahit pasang katutak na marami daw o mga Pilipino ang mariing tumututol sa pag-aproba sa anti-terror bill na naman sa pwede mo na itong sagasaan ng karapatang pantao kakulat. Pero ginit po ng Presidential Legal Counsel, may sapat na safeguards na titiyak para hindi maabuso ang mga probisyon ng naturang panukalang batas. Nang sinabi naman ng legal experts mula sa Integrated Bar of the Philippines na labag sa saligang batas ang ilang probisyon ng anti-terrorism bill.
Naging sentro ng protesta ang kakulangan ng aksyon ng pamahalaan laban sa COVID-19 pandemic, militarisasyon sa kalayunan at mga unlawful arrest sa mga lumalabag sa Bayanihan to Heal as One law. Ayon kay League of Filipino Students National Spokesperson Tara Tagawa, bagamat ipinagdiriwang ang kalayaan ng Pilipinas, hindi tunay na malaya ang bansa.
Naaalala natin, ginugulitan natin, at tinutuligsa natin ang huwad na kalayaan. Mga kababayan, kailanman ay hindi terorismo ang paglaban para sa kalayaan. Kailanman hindi terorismo ang pag-ibig sa karapatan ng mamamayan. Kailanman hindi naging terorismo ang pagtindig sa karapatang pantao.
Binigyan din nila ang pagtutol sa pagsasabatas ng anti-terrorism bill. Inihayag ni Sanlakas Representative Leo de Guzman ang posibleng implikasyon ng anti-terrorism bill sa mga pumupuna sa pamahalaan.
Dalawa ang layunin nitong anti-terror bill. Una, mga kasama, legalisasyon ng lahat ng pasistang patakaran ni Duterte. Lahat ng kanyang ginawang iligal, fascist act sa mga nakaraan, gusto niya maging legal. Kaya ipinapasa niya at inandiat bill niya ang terror bill. Gusto niya legal tayong arestuhin. Gusto niya legal tayong bugbugin. Gusto niya legal tayong patahimikin at ikulong. Yun ang gusto niya.
Sa pamamagitan ng tawag sa telepono, sinabi ni Chinese President Xi Jinping kay Pangulong Rodrigo Duterte na prioridad ang Pilipinas sa nilikhang bakuna ng China dahil itinuturing niya ang Pilipinas bilang isang friendly neighbor. Pinag-usapan ng dalawang pangulo ang progreso ng paglaban sa COVID-19 at commitment nito sa paglaban sa sakit bilang bahagi ng international efforts para maiwasan ang pagkalat pa ng virus. Binanggit ng Pangulo kay Xi ang kahalagahan ng kooperasyon sa pagsasagawa ng research trials para sa COVID-19 vaccine development at ang importansya na maging accessible at abot kaya ang bakuna sa lahat ng bansa. Kabilang din sa kanilang pinag-usapan ang magiging estratehiya sa pagbabalik ng ekonomiya. Ayon sa Malacanang, Huwebes, June 11 ng gabi na mag-usap ang dalawang leader na tumagal ng 38 minutes.
Bakit sa ganyang ginagawang kusang pagtulong sa sarili niyang pira naggaling sa pinaghirapan niya, pinagpawisan niya, binuhos niya ang lahat, hindi bali mawalaan sa pagdating ng panahon. Ang importante sa kanya ay makatulong lang, makapagbigay sa mahihirap ng ating kababayan sa panahon ngayon sa pandemic. At imagine ang ginawa niya, hantuhan ang pagbigay niya. Bakit marami pang bumatikos sa kanya? Saan ba ang puso ninyo, mga mahal kong kababayan? Mahal kong kababayan, tayo ay hindi bulag, tayo ay hindi bingi, nakikita natin. At may Diyos na nakakita kung ano ang ginagawa sa ating kapatid na si FLM. Yung ginawa niya, mga kapatid, ito ay simple lamang na ito ay makikita natin at yung ginawa niya ay biblical. Biblical ito, mga kapatid. Ako hindi ako religyoso pero alam ko rin yun na nasa Biblia yun. Pero bakit yung ibang mga tao namin, hindi naman lahat, at lalo na sa ating mga nasa kaukulang naglilingkod sa ating gobyerno. Mga opisyal, kayo po, nandyan po kayo, Senado, Congressman, Mayor, Gobernur, Kagawad, o Barangay Captain. Nandyan po kayo. Kayo po, ang nagpaupo sa inyo ay ang taong bayan. Ang taong bayan. At hindi tayo bugok, hindi man tayo inosente na bakit ipilit sa ibang mga kababayan natin na kahit nakita nila pero parang madilim sa kanilang paningin. Kahit narinig nila pero hindi nila maintindihan. Bakit mga kababayan ko?
Ngayon, maraming nalilito mga kapatid kabilang ng inyong lingkod dahil may mga nagsasabi na si Francis Leo Marcos ay hindi pa nga raw nakakalaya mula sa piitan ng NBI. Alin ba ang totoo? Alin ang chismis? Alin ang fake news? Marami nagtatanong mga kapatid kung kumusta na nga ba si Francis Leo Marcos o si Norman Mangusin sa tunay na buhay. Ang taong minahal ng karamihan, ang taong nakitaan ng kabutihan ng puso, ang taong minahal natin dahil sa kanyang mga pagtulong at mga kabutihang ipinamalas niya sa ating mga kababayan sa gitna ng pandemya. Matatandaan na kamakailan lamang ay nag-viral ang isang video sa lahat ng pahayagan, sa telebisyon at maging sa social media man ng pagkakaaresto ng NBI sa kanya dahil daw di umano sa iba't ibang mga kaso na nakasampa sa kanya. Marami ang nalungkot, kabilang ang inyong lingkod mga kapatid. At eto nga mga nagdaang araw, marami mga naglabasang video sa social medias, sa Facebook, sa YouTube, at iba pang mga social media platforms. Mga videos na nagpapatunay na si Francis Leo Marcos ay nakalaya na. Malayang nakakapamahagi muli ng tulong sa mga tao, malayang nagbibigay muli ng mga tunay-tuneladang bigas at kalabasa sa ating mga kababayan, malaya muling nakakagawa ng mga live videos. Ngayon, maraming nalilito mga kapatid kabilang ng inyong lingkod dahil may mga nagsasabi na si Francis Leo Marcos ay hindi pa nga raw nakakalaya mula sa piitan ng NBI. Alin ba ang totoo? Alin ang chismis? Alin ang fake news? Kaya naman nangalap tayo ng mga impormasyon mga kapatid. Impormasyon na makakapagpatotoo doon sa tunay na estado ngayon ni Francis Leo Marcos. Eto nga't nalaman natin mga kapatid na si Francis Leo Marcos pala sa ngayon ay kasalukuyan pa rin nakapiit sa NBI at meron na naman mga panibagong mga kaso na naglabasan. Mga kaso di umano na isinampa sa kanya na katulad ng pangangamkam ng lupa at ang pinakamabigat dito mga kapatid ay ang kasong panggagahasa. Gaano ba katotoo ang mga ito? Nakakalungkot isipin kasi hindi natin sa ganitong sitwasyon nakilala ang taong ito dahil nakagaya ng sinabi natin kanina, minahal natin siya.
You know, the sympathizers of FLM, what is your objective or reason for coming out and exposing Francis Leo Marcos as a scammer? What is your goal here?
My goal? First
Or
of
reason?
all, first of all, exposing him. I didn't expose him. He exposed himself.
So it is his doing.
It's his own doing. Like, you, me, or anyone else have nothing to do with it. If the bloggers decides to pick up where he's left off and catch every word that he has said and put it into a video or at least create their own content through what he has said, right? Is that wrong? He's using the bloggers are using his own words, you know, and he's caught in the act. He's exposed himself. So what objective do I have in exposing him? Nothing, other than to warn the people like myself who's been victimized,
So that's it.
you know,
Giving warning.
to take heed of my experience so that they don't get scammed like I have. You know, it's hard enough to admit that that you you've been conned, or or you've been, I don't know, scammed by someone that has come into your house, who's lived in your house for almost a month, who was a perfect stranger, right? And I was just getting to know him. We were on a long-term relationship. So what benefit do I get from that, other than I thought I was trying to build a relationship, trying to get to know him, but he's got hidden agendas that I didn't know, and I didn't realize that he's exposing me to something dangerous, like going to jail. Like, am I going to just sit there and do nothing?
Is it okay to mention, Ate, that the foundation that he's planning to put up in Australia is actually supposed to receive funds from everywhere?
Yeah, yes.
Can you tell us more about that?
Basically, what it was that his idea was to establish a charity here, and which is the Volunteers Against Poverty Foundation in Australia. So
it's gonna be some kind of a branch of the parent company here in the Philippines.
In the Philippines, yeah. So it's an extension. It's an extension of. So we have the parent company or the main company in the Philippines, and then he wanted to expand internationally. He said that he's already got one in Europe, US, Singapore.
How about Greece?
Greece, and now he wants to start in Australia. So I just honestly, I thought, okay, and because he's shown me the certificate of registration in the Philippines, and I thought, okay, well, he's got that. It looks legitimate from the photos, and so because he was wanting to establish that, I wanted him to bring that, including the profit and loss statement, including the tax return, because he said that the foundation is already been established in the Philippines, so it wouldn't be hard for him to bring those kind of things, right? And unbeknownst to him, I was already asking for some advice from a chartered accountant, how to what documents I will need, and at that stage, I ended up registering the business when he came here under a business, and then my chartered accountant said, no, you've done it wrong. So he said it won't, yeah. So he said to me, it won't stand up with the ATO, Australian Taxation Office, ASIC, and as well as the Australian Charity and Not-for-Profit Organisations. So those three government agencies are needing specific documents, or in a specific way of registering it. So he didn't know that there's going to be all sorts of legislations that he's got to follow.
So
so he brought.
Will it take a year to establish such charitable institution? You think?
Because it would take a longer process. It wouldn't be a month or anything like that, because of the way that because it's $1 million foundation, right? According to my chartered accountant, we needed to also make sure that the constitutions are within the bylaws, within the good governance of the with the ATO, so that it will pass the audit requirement, and the way that the constitution and the bylaws that Francis showed me would not stand under the scrutiny of the ATO, ASIC, and the ACNC.
Probably here in the Philippines, it's much easier to establish a charitable foundation, but not there. And
not
also,
there.
There's going to be millions of dollars to be deposited
and that's
in the
why
foundation. To be received,
and that's
so
and that's why I needed those tax returns and profit and loss, so that my accountant will know how to audit the company, because when you're looking at to organize a business here or even a foundation, you have small, medium, and large companies. So that will be determined on the numbers of members or number of employees that you have and how much money are coming in. So if there's X amount of dollars that are coming in, you will go into those 3 tiers of small, medium, and large. So if
that
you
could be considered as a large foundation, something like that.
A large foundation. So it's a large foundation. You are audited every month.
Oh, so it's never gonna be easy. And he got stressed, and that might be the reason why he left Australia with
very
fallen shoulder.
He left. Yeah, he's left Australia very frustrated from what I can see.
And you actually asked him to provide at least money for processing the papers there, but he couldn't.
At least
it's part of
my test.
It's just a
test. It's part of my test as well. Although I was starting to get stressed because I'm starting to lose a lot of money helping him out. Plus, we also had our own expenses as well. And
so he wanted you to be the one to spend money in establishing that foundation there.
Yeah. And so I thought to myself, hang on, wait a minute. This is a foundation, right? And I thought he's got a established parent company in the Philippines. Wouldn't it be easier for me to ask the parent company to lend some money into to helping organize the foundation and have it tax refunded later on? Do a tax return. Claim it on tax under business, you know what I mean, during the fiscal year. So, do you know what I mean? I thought to myself, why am I spending my money when he's got a business and I've got a registered business, So I started to ask him. I thought, hang on, I'll see. And I asked him for $2,000, and he couldn't even give me any money.
And you actually spent more than that before he came to Australia.
Oh, yeah. Yes.
Okay, Ate, I'm just going to translate some of what you have told me. Ito kasi si Francis Leo Marcos magtatayo daw ng foundation sa Australia, parang branch or what's the right term, Ate? It's
I would say a branch. It's like a sister company.
Of the parent company here in the Philippines. May foundation na nga siya dito. What's the name again?
Volunteers Against Poverty.
Is that
Foundation.
Okay, Volunteers Against Poverty. So VAP. Okay, Against Poverty. Okay, tapos ang mangyayari kasi guys, pag na-establish na yung sister company sa Australia, doon papasok yung milyong dolyar. This funds that's gonna come in is in dollars. Tama? Sa dolyar yun, doon papasok. So, akala niya madali lang yung pag-establish ng foundation doon sa Australia. Pero hindi pala ganun kadali kasi talagang isi-scrutinize yan ng gobyerno doon or kung sino man ang mag-check niyan. So, umuwi na lang siya nang walang napala doon. At tinitest na ni ate na magbigay man lang kahit $2,000 kung talagang meron siya ditong kumbaga may foundation siya dito sa Pilipinas na kaya talagang mag-provide ng budget man lang. Tinitest lang naman natin, but he didn't. Ate, there's a question in here from Servicio Publico. Sharon, have you filed a complaint already to NBI or maybe CITG? I don't know what's the branch of the government that you are supposed to come to. Did you already file a complaint already to the NBI? Your account of the event, how Norman Mangusin tried to trick you, is so consistent with the other stories I have already read and heard.
Yes, I have.
Wow.
They have my formal statement, both the NBI and the CIDG, and that's one of the reasons why I couldn't come out, because I was being investigated because I had a relationship or former relationship with Francis Leo Marcos. And so I was busy preparing my statements as well as certain documents to pass forward to the CIDG and as well as the NBI. So that's the reason why I wasn't able to come out and speak out, because I also knew that he was also going to be arrested anytime soon.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Okay, I just want to thank first Ate Girly 88 here for giving me 5,001. I think this is a Korean. Please let me know, Ate Girly 88. What is this one? I think this is super chat. You're always welcome, Princess. I am one of your fans. Stay pretty. I think that's pretty. Thank you.
You
Thank
are
you.
pretty.
I don't think so, Ate, but thank you so much. Ate Dels Cobardo from Singapore is here. Shout out to you. Ate, third question from the followers of FLM. Why did you come out now and not after you have found out that he was a fraud? Why now?
Why now?
Mhm.
Can you repeat that again?
Why did you come out just now and not after
Mm-hmm.
you have found out he was a fraud? Probably, why didn't you come out and expose yourself in 2017 and just now?
Well, actually, I have exposed him in 2017.
Oh, this was
Um,
not heard on the news.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, not in that way.
Uh-huh.
So basically, I heard that he was going. He I was forwarded a video or like on Facebook
Mm-hmm.
that he had a optical mission and QCPD. And so I commented after listening to his statement, and I commented there just to make people aware, the netizens as well as the public or internationally, just to let people know that his statement was false, because he was mentioning about the foundation here in Australia, and I felt like he's making the foundation look bigger than than what it actually is, when in reality there's no foundation here in Australia. It was terminated back on August of 2017, and
Mm-hmm.
he had an optical mission in November 2017. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't want to mislead the public if they heard that statement and then there's no comments or anything. I felt like I needed to be a little bit more responsible and accountable for what had happened here in Australia.
Uh-huh.
Although nothing may have happened here, and there's no optical mission that has happened here, or any charity that's happened here, because it never came through, as you're already aware. I closed everything, finished everything, including our relationship, and I blocked
Good.
him. And I blocked him after that. So, so that's basically one of the questions that
Mm-hmm.
I've answered. And second of all, I was being investigated because of my
Oh.
former relationship with Francis. Okay, and
You're
that's why
part
I
of the
had to make a form.
investigation now. Is that right? Oh
Yes,
my
I
God.
already knew. I already knew in May. I already knew in May. So I
May
had
this year,
to
ate?
May this year. So
Oh.
so he was arrested on the 19th of May.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I've made my statement 3 weeks earlier.
Oh. So in the beginning of
Yeah.
May, something like that.
May,
Mm-hmm,
yes,
mm-hmm.
yes, some beginning of May.
Uh-huh.
So I already made my formal statements, and I put forward to the NBI and the CIDG. I forwarded it first to the CIDG because they were investigating me, and then I
Wow.
forwarded my statement later on to the NBI because they're the one that you know that did the arrest. So
I see.
because of that, I couldn't come out. I couldn't come out. And I felt that what was happening now, what he was doing, was none of my business. I've already, for me, I just felt that whatever happened in 2017 is no longer my responsibility. That's happening now in 2020.
I agree with you, ate. If ever you will be requested to come here to the Philippines to testify against him, this is asked by Kuya Arman DJ, will you come home? And is
It
there a
will all depend.
possibility? Mhm.
I don't know, because nothing really happened.
Mhm.
So that I will leave it up to the investigators to decide what course of action they need to take.
Mhm.
As far as I know, we have a law. Let's allow the process of the investigation just keep going through and see what the outcome is, because I believe that there's still going to be an inquest that's happening as well. So, let's be fair.
Yeah.
It's sad, for me. it's sad to. I'm not celebrating in any way
Of course.
of what happened to Francis because I know the guy. You know, I pity him in that he's put himself in this position. He's had a few chances to change his ways. You know, to turn his life around. You know, whether
Yeah.
it would have been in his previous relationship or me or with his current one. You know, I believe that we had a good intention for our future, and he could have done all of these things in a good way without having to victimize all the people.
I agree.
You know, in right.
Yeah.
So I really pity him because he does have a good side. He does have a good side in him.
Okay.
So that's why I sort of also can empathize with his followers because I know why they fell in love with him because he's charismatic. He is so nice. You know, he can laugh at any jokes. You know, when he gets his way. You know, when he gets his way, but when he doesn't get his way, you've seen him. You've seen him with on his YouTube channels when he keeps challenging all these vloggers and you know when he gets trapped, he gets angry, challenge even the interviewers. You know, and when they're only exposing the truth.
Yeah, I remember even that someone I think, sent you a message that he is actually Norman Mangusin, and what did he say to you before?
Oh, yeah. Before he came to Australia, his Facebook exploded with all these arguments, and because back then, you know, I was here and in Australia, and he was in the Philippines, and so when he rang me, I said, "What's going on?" And I said, "Who's this person?" And he says, "Oh, don't worry about it. It's just a troll." And I believed him because it sounded like a troll account, right? And then he says, "Just block him." And I said, "But he's accusing you of somebody else." And he says, "Don't worry." I said, "If you're going to be a part of the Marcos family, you have to get used to all of the bashes." Right? So, and I said, "But he's saying that you're Norman Mangusin. What's that?" And he says, "That has been going around. That rumor has been going around for so long."
2017?
This is 2017. And then he says that rumor is just going around for so long.
Okay.
Yeah. And I said, so what if I'm Norman Mangusin? You know, it's like, but I'm Francis Leo Marcos. And then I started to doubt him at this stage that I broke up with him. I broke up with him only because it's like, I don't know. In my head, it's like, how can you lie about that and then not give me a proper reasoning? So he started to give me his birth certificate, his family pictures, just to prove that that's not him,
that
you know.
He is
and
indeed Francis Leo Marcos.
Francis Leo Marcos. So when I saw the birth certificate, I believed him, and I even apologized, you know, and he got so angry, and he says, "This is the first and the last time I'll ever show you my birth certificate, you know, and don't ever ask me that again." And then he asked me to block this person, and I did.
Wow.
So yeah.
You listened to
and
him.
So I listened to him, and that's I tried to break up with him twice before coming to Australia.
Wow, and he was persistent and
He was persistent,
and
there's always a reason. Yeah, until he came to Australia. He even asked me for an airfare, and I didn't give it to him. I said to him, "You're the one that." I said to him, "You're the one courting me." And I said, "If I'm going to spend that money on you, I'm going to spend it on myself, and I'll go to the Philippines and I'll have a holiday."
Yes, that's another good idea. Yeah. And speaking of Australia, Ali, someone is watching us now from Australia. It's Ate Lourdes S. She even gave me $2. Wow. If I'm gonna receive that
Wow.
one day, yeah, $2 super chat. So if ever I'm gonna receive that, say for example, in a month or two, that's gonna be for my
Oh,
uh,
good
school
on
allowance.
you.
Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you. Okay, Ate, one more question here from Norman Mangusin's followers. Francis Leo Marcos was married to a Japanese before meeting you in 2017. That made you his concubine. Were you aware?
Okay. I met Francis 2017 and he got married 2019.
2019, not 2016.
Yes. No.
Ah,
So how does
so
that make me a concubine?
yeah, so he was single maybe, or maybe if he's married to someone else, you were not aware
Yeah.
because he was sending you
No.
documents that he was single. Is that right?
Correct.
He
Yeah, he's single.
so those
That he was never
documents.
married. He was
Mm,
never married. Yeah, that he was
uh-huh.
never married. And so for me, I met him April 2017 and he married Maya from my understanding.
Mm-hmm.
Uh
Just last year.
July, yeah, July to
Just
2019.
last year.
From
So,
yeah,
and also,
yes.
if he was sending you documents to prove he was single, he was falsifying documents because those are documents from Philippine Statistics Authority proving that he was single and not yet married here in the Philippines. Also, his birth certificate from again from Philippine Statistics Authority saying that he was indeed Francis Leo Marcos is a falsified document. That was crazy.
Well, now we know that because he's admitted that
Yeah,
he's not Francis Leo,
just
that he's
recently,
actually yeah,
Norman
so
Mangus.
exactly. We're not again going back to the first couple of questions. We didn't expose him. He exposed
He
himself.
exposed himself by letting himself into trouble. So, tagalugin ko lang guys, hindi namin kasalanan kung na-expose siya sa ganitong mga kalokohan. Kasalanan niya kasi na-involve siya sa mga kalokohan ganyan. Another silly question ate from FLM's Fanatic. You are not the type of girl that FLM will fall for. What is your comment on that? Hindi ikaw ang type niya. Hindi. What do
Well,
you think?
I wish.
You're not pretty
At
enough
least
for him. Hindi ka kagandahan ate ha.
well, I wish then I wouldn't have to go through all these experiences, right?
Yeah, I agree with
You
you
know,
ate. Just silly question.
if yeah, if that question was a woman, I would tell her, go ahead, she can have him.